how can I go about balancing my finances with my girlfriend's expectation that I pay for everything?
Ooh, you're talking to an old Texan, man. Define everything.
Yeah, so it's not exactly everything. I think the more specific, the more specific question, like it's more, dates, activities, kind of like the special occasion occurrences that come up. And I think to some degree, I want to pay for those things and have, the authority and like there's being able to take care of her and treat her well.
What do you mean authority? What do you mean?
Not authority. That was the wrong word. Just
okay.
Being able to treat her well, I think,
okay.
I think it's a harder time in my life. I'm getting my finances back on track and working very hard. And I feel like, when we do go out or we have these special things planned, I feel like at some point right now in my life, it feels like every time I do that, it puts me a step back a bit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're talking really lofty Naples, Florida language. Here's the thing. So how long have you all been together?
Just a little over a year now.
Okay. Sounds like you've been dating somebody for a year and you've had a drop in income or you lost a job or whatever. You're figuring stuff out. You're paying off debt, whatever the thing is. And she expects you to pay for everything and you don't know how to sit down and say, hey, I don't have the kind of money to keep doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fair?
I will say we have had a conversation. So since I posed the question, we have sat down and had a long conversation because I think the biggest thing was her reaction to it.
What? Tell me, what do you mean? When you said what?
So like every time it would come up, babe, I'm, this month's been harder for me. I'm getting my career started right now and I want to be more mindful where the money's going. I'm happy to go do these things with you and experience this stuff. She would just totally shut down from there and not even have the discussion really.
Then she's not worth you dating.
Mm-hmm.
If she's that immature. Or let me put it this way. She doesn't care about you. She cares about the appearance of, she cares about somebody taking, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. I do want to know, so that's what was going on, right?
Okay.
But we did get to the point where we had a very heart-to-heart, in-depth conversation. We had to blow up that day, and she was able to come back and have us talk to it. And I think we got to the bottom line of where we think it's coming from.
What is it?
And so what I saw or felt coming from it is her dad was never emotionally there for her. And so the way she received love from her dad was by being taken care of financially with going out to dinners or activities.
Okay.
And that's kind of what we got to the point. And I think the bigger thing for me is like, should I, because every time it come up, I felt like I was doing her in service or like just not treating her well. And I want to know, am I in the right or in the wrong? And like, I don't know. I want to know if I'm in the right here with the conversation we have. Like, I want to make sure it's not just me.
I think you're overthinking this way too much. Way too much. Okay. Over sophisticating it, over analyzing it, over therapeuting it. Like any word you want to make up just to drop in here. I'm an old Texas soul. Okay. My wife says I was born in the wrong century. I always think it's right for the guy to pay for food, to pay for outings, to pay for the movie. I also used to fight because I married a really strong, brilliant, tough woman who had her own career. Like, I can pay for my stuff. Mm-hmm. And then there'd be nice night, like, I'm taking you on a date. And that was usually my signal. I'm paying for all of this stuff, right? And when she did pay, I did. I felt less than. I did. Just is what it is, okay? All that stuff is true. And the biggest red flag I have in this whole thing, I got two of them. One is that when you said, and it didn't sound like you were very clear, it sounded like it was more ambiguous, but she would plan an event. We're going to the beach, then we're going to go to this dinner with our friends, we're going to do this, and she just expects you to pay for it. And then you would come back and say, hey, I'm trying to get my career off the ground, I'm kind of slow. Instead of being able to say, hey, I can't afford all of this. I would love to do all this stuff. Here's the reality of my finances. And that she threw a fit and left. I'm glad that she came back. That's awesome. So I retract. Maybe she's completely on board. Maybe she overreacted and was like, oh, wait a minute. This is how I thought love worked and it doesn't. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I think y'all need to go brass tacks on this deal. Like, I'm getting my business off the ground. I'm starting a new career. I'm not borrowing any money here. I would love to hang out with you. And that might mean that for 6 months, we go to the park. We walk on the beach for free. Yeah. We go fishing and we don't catch anything. We go read books. We go to the library. We go get a cup of coffee because that's what I can afford right now. And she looks at you and says, I'm all in.
Yeah.
If, and here, that's not you being in the wrong. That's you just doing math. That's reality.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you're even asking, is that okay for you to do, just shows how distorted culture has made everything. You would not be loving her if you said yes to everything and you put it all on a credit card. So that you are married to her in 4 years and you owe $30,000 for her little adventures that you didn't have the courage to say no to. Telling her the truth about your financial situation, saying, I would love to be with you and spend time with you in this present season. It's cold outside. It's winter. So we can't go out. And if she looks at you and says, I don't want anything to do with you, or I'm going to go somewhere with somebody who can, then bye, Felicia. I mean, you get what I'm saying? I know it sounds harsh, but
I do.
Like, it's just you and her trafficking in reality.
Mm-hmm.
You don't sound like you're buying it.
No, I definitely understand. I definitely understand what you're saying.
Why is that hard for you to digest?
I don't know. I think I feel like I need to have it all, I guess, figured out. And
how old are you?
25.
Oh my gosh, dude. Really?
I don't know. I feel like I need to be farther along than what I am right now.
Where are you right now?
Just financially.
What do you make a year?
I just got a new job and sales, and if I hit my commissions and whatnot, it'll be $80,000.
Bro, turn off all of the meathead podcasts. First, turn them off. If you don't hit your quotas, what are you going to make this year? What's your floor?
50.
So you make $50,000 a year, with a potential upside of $80,000, $30,000 more dollars. Are you working hard?
Yeah, day in, day out. Yeah.
Okay. And the economics, the world's economic situation is just a blender right now. And so it's a wild time to be a commission salesman. You still have $50,000 floor. Are you driving around a stupid car that you can't afford?
I actually moved over from Hawaii about 6 months ago, and so I sold my car over there before I moved, and I haven't wanted to get in debt since, so I have not been using a car lately and just wanting to save up and buy something cash.
How do you get to work? How do you make sales calls? Do you work from home?
It's 100% remote, so I'm able just to work from home all day.
Fantastic. Awesome. Does she know that you're going to buy a $3,000 Camry whenever you get $3,000?
We've talked about, I've kind of held off from getting something that cheap. You think I should get something just cheap in the meantime? I want to get something a little bit more expensive that I can pay for cash for a milestone for myself.
I don't think you need milestones right now, man. You need little wins. A whole bunch of little wins. Here's the deal, dude. You are 25 years old. You're out there slogging it. You're just grinding day in and day out. You're going to wake up and be 35, and you're going to have a pretty amazing life if you figured this out, how to sell, how to be a person of integrity, how to work really hard, how to love and take care of people, and how to traffic in reality. So take it from a guy that spent my entire career with working with people your age. You're doing great. You're doing fine. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
If she spends most of her time on Instagram and wants some kind of flashy something or other and some guy that just is going to, then she's a spoiled brat and she needs to move on with her life. But if she sees a 25-year-old with the kind of character and gut check and hard work and integrity and sense of humor that she says, you know what? Kind of like I was just telling another caller. My wife bought low. She saw that in me at 25.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I made at 25? You want to know? $33,500. And I was so excited when I got that raise from $30,500. I got a $3,000 raise. I remember that number because I was ecstatic. My wife was a third grade teacher and she made more money than I did. She was my girlfriend at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But she was all in. And she drove a Corolla and I drove a used some kind of shenanigan car. So just from one guy to another, we have a crisis of young men in this country, okay? You know that, I know that. Are you spending your whole day just scrolling porn?
No.
Okay. Do you make an X number of sales calls a day, even when it's hard?
Yeah.
Do you work out? Do you go to the gym?
I do.
Okay. Are you a person of integrity?
Yeah.
Do you go to church?
I do not go to church, but I have my own spiritual practices.
There you go. You are so far ahead. Please don't let somebody you're dating drag you down because you can't fund her lifestyle. It's an honor for me to get to talk to a 25-year-old who's actually in the arena with gloves on taking swings. Because there's millions and millions of men who've just opted out. And yes, if you can, pay for dinner, pay for the movie. Mm-hmm. And no, you are not somebody's travel funder or somebody's, the chief funding officer of somebody's party planning committee. That's not how relationships work. Y'all plan things together. Y'all do things together. I'm proud of you. You're doing good work.
Thank you.
Here's where I want you to start with her. Reality. If you are falling for this girl and you're starting to love her, awesome. Sit down and say, hey, I see a future with you. We've been together a year. I see a future with you. And I'm on the front end of something that I'm trying to build that's going to be amazing, that I can support a family someday, that I can build a life, and I want to build it with somebody. And that means I'm going to be out of balance at 25, 26, 29. I'm going to be out of balance. But I'm doing that now so that the day I have a kid, I can do whatever I want to.
Mm-hmm.
So that if the market crashes, I've got cash and I can just go pick up a house for nickels on the dollar.
Yeah.
And so let's get down to reality and what you're building and put all that on the table. And bro, hopefully she doesn't walk on you. And if she does, I'm glad it happens now than 2 kids in when you're 33. I'm proud of the work you're doing, man. And for every 25-year-old listening to the show, this is what it looks like. 25, making 50 grand a year, which is a chunk. Not feeling like you have enough, really hitting the gas, not even having a car because I'm trying so hard to get ahead, really chasing it and trying to find somebody to walk alongside me. I love it. I love all of it.